deconstruction or deconstructive reading. What is the significance of it? We can see. So deconstructive reading is a journey from one signifier to another signifier. Signifier is um, the word, the word, the concept, or the idea, or the image. So when we move from one signifier to the another signifier, yes, that involves a deconstructive kind of reading. So here, signified is not given much importance by Derrida, because when we give too much importance to signified, that means we are focusing on the meanings. And as Saussure clearly stated in structuralism, that meaning has got a particular signified, or the word has got a particular signified. So here he is opposing the Saussure's contribution to structuralism, and he is here with a different view or approach, and we call this approach as deconstructive reading, where the reading takes place from one signifier to another signifier, and not to the signified. And according to Derrida, a signifier does not really connect to the signified. So there is no connection, literal connection between the signifier and signified, according to Derrida. And even though they are connected, that means that the relationship between the two is arbitrary. That is the meaning creation. Though the meaning is created, it is not having a validity, or the meaning creation is not valid. So, in short, we can conclude that for Derrida, meaning or signified is not at all important. Then he doesn't emphasize the relationship between signifier and signified. Rather, he tries to associate one signifier with the other signifier. And further, he says that it is very difficult for a theoretician, especially a post-structuralist theoretician, to assert the meanings for the text, because text is a multiple resource with unlimited meanings, unlimited possibilities. So it is very difficult to assert fixed meanings for a text. Meanings are not static, they keep on changing, and no words can direct us to any definite signified or concept. No words can keep us with any particular signified. So it is better not to attach signified, or not to rely on signified within the, or moving beyond the boundary of the signified. So deconstructive reading in this way, so Derrida's approach to post-structuralism is called as deconstructive approach, and the deconstructive reading will always allow the reader to take the text to the various possibilities, as the meaning is not confined to the particular framework of the text. Similarly, the deconstructive reading will always help the reader to come up with as much possibilities as possible. And from here as well, we are going to look into detail about the various contributions of Derrida. The one of the major contributions of Derrida is deconstruction. We have just seen in the previous slide. Now, his second contribution is logocentrism. What is logocentrism? When the logocentrism supports the existence of or fixing a center to everything. So his famous work of grammatology provides a logocentric argument, that is fixing center to everything. And according to Derrida, center is not at all valid, as signifier and signified are not connected. So he is against the practice of attaching or fixing the center. And this fixing or attaching the center, we call it as logocentrism. Logos means word, center, or reason that hold the essence of something. So when a word is centralized, or when a word is given too much priority by connecting it with the signified, we call that approach as logocentrism. So we have many linguists who studies linguistics supporting logocentrism, and for them speech speech is essential for signification. And Derrida rejects the practice of logocentrism, and for him, speech is not as much privileged like writing. So he negates the primacy of speech over writing. It doesn't mean that he prefers writing to speech. According to him, speech and writing both should exist. So instead of prioritizing or instead of privileging one aspect over another, he is here trying to supplement. That means he tries to substitute and supplement between the speech and writing. He clearly brings out the interrelationship between speech and writing, and here he clearly says that both speech and writing are equally important, and hence they are equally prioritized. There is nothing called the inferior or the superior things. So both can substitute, both can supplement each other. Then moving from logocentrism to phonocentrism, which is the another important contribution or the focus of Jacques Derrida. And here, when the speech is prioritized over writing, Suzu termed it as phonocentrism. It is an extension of logocentrism, or it is a manifestation, the way the logocentrism is put into practice. So logocentrism and phonocentrism are closely attached with structuralism because they have founded these two aspects. But when we move from structuralism to post-structuralism, through the contribution of Jacques Derrida, he is making an attack and critique against logocentrism and phonocentrism, and indirectly, he is rejecting the ideas and methodologies put forward by Ferdinand de Saussure. So logocentrism was alternatively called as the metaphysics of presence by Derrida. And further, Derrida says that the European canon, the European knowledge system is built upon these binaries, and Derrida recommends deconstruction. As the European knowledge system is based on binaries, Derrida says that such a knowledge system must be deconstructed. Deconstruction, constructing again. So one thing can be constructed, and when you are going to deconstruct, when you are going to break down the constructed thing, and when you are trying to assemble things in the way you like, in the flexible way, yes, that is that the similar thing happens within the case of deconstruction. And Derrida also coined a term called phallogocentrism, where the phallus refers to the male sexual organ, and just as the masculine gender stands at the center in the construction of society, in the construction of the world, by assuming the position of logocentric. He tries to reject, or he tries to dismantle, or he tries to break this kind of privileging of masculine gender, and he coined the term phallogocentrism, and through which the idea of prioritizing the masculine gender is better known to the world of theoreticians as phallogocentrism.